Clearly the military was not comfortable with the momentum of democracy, the result of democracy, and the opening up that had happened for the previous 10 years. It was turning back the clock, or at least retaining and preserving the military's prerogatives, and perhaps the commander-in-chief's prerogatives himself was very important. So in essence, it is turning back the clock, whether they were seeking to do that or not. I think more likely what they were trying to do was try to control the democracy more completely. So not go back to the strict dictatorship of the past, but to follow a model where they can have a military de facto preservation of its prerogatives, political, economic, and otherwise, embedded in the system that they thought they had done through the 2010 Constitution, or 2008 Constitution, but unfortunately was not adequately successful given Aung San Suu Kyi and her party's success. I think they felt like they always talked about it as disciplined, flourishing democracy, controlled democracy, not necessarily allowing for whatever happened to happen. They felt the military still had to maintain a certain degree of control through the Constitution or otherwise in the society. And they saw that Aung San Suu Kyi and her party were outmaneuvering them. They were finding ways around the restrictions on her being president, on having 25% of the parliament, because the NLD, her party, would get a supermajority of seats anyway, even with the 25% for the military. So they realized this wasn't going the direction that they had hoped. It wasn't controlled as they had hoped. And perhaps their position was under siege, under threat. And so, this is one theory. We haven't talked to them to know precisely what they were thinking or what the commander-in-chief himself was thinking. But the good theory is that they felt this was not going the way they wanted, and therefore they wanted a reset.